Yeah, I'm joined here after what has been a pulsating county final, and Mairead Scanlon is here with me, and Ciara Doyle, two terrific players who played a leading role in this match. Lads, to watch that game, it was one of the best games I've ever seen in any grade, in any sport. The way that she stood up, and especially the way Scariff Ogonnelloe, the way you were able to come back. You were 3 points down in normal time, you were 3 points down extra time. Mairead, I'll ask you first, where did you get that energy in the end, especially when you were down that 3 points? It looked game, set and match.
Yeah, it's just kind of, we knew we had the fitness and the energy. We were saying there before the match, we've 7 sessions done this year. We started back the 5th of February, like we're as fit as fiddles. Like it was never going to come down to that. I think what the energy was really our mental fitness. Like we were saying there, we're still Munster champions. I know for another 2 weeks we've been champions before, and we just really drew on that experience and that never say die attitude. And I think that was it. It was just real mental toughness. No one was dropping the heads. Like someone new stepped up every time, and I just feel really proud of the girls. Like Abby Walsh got the leveling point there at the end. It's her first year up senior. There was just someone to step up every time and take it over. So yeah, it's just mental strength, I'd say, got us back. So yeah, just really proud of the girls.
Yeah, Abby, for such a young player to get that point. Ciara, it looked there in the early part of the game that you were up 5 points. You might have had another goal or two onto that as well. Like we could have been going home. But then Scariff Ogonnelloe came at you, and yourself inside that full back line. You were on the ground a few times. You took some really hard tackles. I don't know how you were able to get up.
Yeah, it was really physical, but sure, we knew coming in Trooper a really good side. It was never going to be a walk in the park for either team. It was always going to come down to it. Like it came down to the final line, and I suppose the tackles that were put in just show like the physicality of Camogie really coming on, and everyone took the tackles and they got up and they stayed going, because for us anyway, that's the heart that we have in this team. Like we were never going to give up, and I suppose there's things now we can really work on. We know that, and we'll just work on them over the next 2 weeks. But at least we have another chance now to take a scalp at it, and hopefully next time we'll actually do the job.
Yeah, from my point of view, I was a neutral here today, and it was from my point of view, I was just hoping that Jim would blow that whistle at the end there, that it wasn't going to go down to maybe tiredness or something at the end. Few decisions went against you there in normal time. I felt, there were a few pushes in the backs and frees and that, but look, we won't talk too much about that now. Like, but it would have been a pity had it ended that with a bad decision. Like might have changed the game. But real heart and spirit from both teams. You came up against a really tough nut in True Clonlara and Mairead.
Yeah, but we were expecting that. Everyone was saying, coming up that they were the farm team, and they proved that today. We probably dominated the first 15 minutes, and we really should have been probably, say 2-5, 3-5 to no score up, but we let them back in it, and they proved why, that everyone was talking about them and stuff. They played really well, but again, we battled back as well. It was level at the end. So just two really, really good teams going at it. That's the county final. Like no one's going to walk away with a county final. I think the two best teams are definitely in it this year, and it was a savage battle, and I hope everyone enjoyed it, and I think they did. There's a lot of people going around there fairly stressed looking, but it's great. Listen, that we all get to play. Like as players, we love to play, so we're glad to be coming back in 2 weeks' time to do it all again and hopefully finish the job, as Ciara said.
Tell me, you're in a county final. You're 40 or 50 or 40 yards out from the goals. It seems a long way from here. You get the ball and you decide, I'm going to get a goal.
Yeah.
How did you do that? You roofed it. I mean,
I was, to be honest, I was missing them all game, to be very honest. I don't want to beat myself up about it. I'll clear the head during the week, but I was missing them all game. But just it bounced nice to me, and like I'm used to playing the half forward all my life, so I like kind of running at defences, so felt very natural, and to be honest I felt like I owed the girls a couple of scores, so got the goal, at least get his background to it and won it for year 2. So Jesus, when it's not your day, if you can do a few little things and have your few moments, at least if everyone's chipping in doing a little bit, at least we'll have another day out to maybe prove our performances.
I don't think Mairead Scanlon owes Scariff Ogonnelloe anything. Ciara, you were named a full back, you played at centre back, you were out in the middle of the field, you covered every area, you took some severe punishment, you dealt out a bit of it as well. You wouldn't be Leo Doyle's daughter without that. But you come from a staunch hurling background, and camogie background, and you're keeping that family tradition going.
Oh, of course. I'd say if I tried to drop the hurley, it'd be stuck straight back in my hand. But because we've trained hard all year, like we've trained really hard, and especially back in August when all county girls and everything was back, like we've put in a really hard slog. And thank God that it didn't finish there for us today, and that we get another chance at it, because we'd really regret it, and we don't want any regrets looking back. So we'll just have to work hard for the next 2 weeks and put the pedal down, and hopefully finish off the next day, because we've trained hard enough for it, and we feel that we owe it to ourselves to go out and do the job next day. Like there was some stupid little things we did wrong here today, so we'll just fix them for the next day and bring the physicality again, and it'll go down to the wire again the next day. Like that's what it is. The two best teams definitely are in the county final, and you can see that now, and a draw was probably the best result today. Like it wouldn't be fair for either team to go home not as champions, so the next day hopefully we'll settle it anyway.
Absolutely. Black Friday, Christmas shopping, all that now is out the gate, lads. I'm afraid I have to tell you that now. You have to stay there for another. You have to stay there for another couple of weeks. But it's what you love doing. Obviously, you can see it's what you love doing. So I'm sure you.
It's an honour to be able to stay playing. Like we're so privileged to be able to stay playing, and you're meeting your best friends every week since when did we go back training as a group? And we weren't there back till May. So we know we're privileged to be playing it, and we're delighted to be back. So
we're very lucky to be out there. That's what we're saying, even with COVID and everything. That's how I think everyone approached the game. We're like so lucky to go out here and play in a county final. They don't come around often, so very lucky, I think, and lucky to be getting to do it again. Our third county final.
To get the 3 county finals.
In 2 years.
Well, I'm going home now. I'm not tonight, but certainly before the week is out, I'm going to sit down. It was such a great game, but I'm going to just sit down and enjoy it, because I was with Doyle for that game, and I can tell you one thing. It's hard to enjoy a game. I'm only joking. He really enjoyed it as well. But lads, congratulations first of all. Nothing won, but a superb game. A really game. No matter what happens the next day, you look back on this as being just a tremendous county final. And thanks very much for talking to me.
Thanks, Vanessa.
Thanks, lads.